Hello everyone, my name is Denise, and in this video I'm going to be talking about factoring polynomials. But first we should know what factoring and polynomials are. Factoring is the process of finding the factors. Like the factors of 9 are 1, 3, and 9, because 1 times 9 and 3 times 3 are equal to 9. An example of a polynomial is 2x plus 3. Numbers 2 and 3 are called numerical coefficients, and letter x is called a variable. Now I'm going to be teaching you about factoring polynomials by common monomial and factoring polynomials in special cases, sum, and difference. In factoring polynomials by common monomial, you have to look for the GCF or greatest common factor, then find the factor that is common to each monomial. For example, 3n plus 9. The GCF of this binomial is 3. Because if you multiply 3 and 1, you can get the product of 3. And 3 times 3 to get the product of 9. So first write 3, then open parenthesis, then n plus 3, then close parenthesis. Because 3 times n is 3n, which is the first term given. Then 3 times 3 is 9, which is the second term given. So it means that 3 times n plus 3 is the factor of 3n plus 9. Another example is 4n squared plus 5n. The factor common to this is n, because it can be found in the two terms. So first write n, then open parenthesis, then 4n plus 5, then close parenthesis. Because 4n times n is 4n squared. And 5 times n is 5n. So the factor of 4n squared plus 5n is n times 4n plus 5. Last example is 9n to the 4th power plus 5n cubed plus 6n squared. You can see that n squared can be found on the three terms. So you'll put n squared, then open parenthesis, then 9n squared plus 5n plus 6, because 9n squared times n squared is 9n to the 4th power. Then 5n times n squared is 5n cubed. Then 6 times n squared is 6n squared. So the factor of 9n to the 4th power plus 5n cubed plus 6n squared is n squared times 9n squared plus 5n plus 6. Now let's go to factoring polynomials in special cases, sum, and difference. For example, n squared minus 36. This binomial is a sum and difference of two terms. So you know that the factor is written like a minus b, then a plus b. And to solve this, you just have to multiply the first terms, then multiply the last terms. Now to look for the factor, you have to find two terms. You can multiply together to get the product given. Like n times n is equal to n squared. So first write n in two parentheses. Then look for the GCF of negative 36, which is 6 times negative 6, because it is equal to negative 36. So first write negative 6 in the first parenthesis, then positive 6 in the second parenthesis. So now the factor of n squared minus 36 is n minus 6 times n plus 6. Another example is n to the 9th power minus 49. So the factor of n to the 9th power is n cubed, because n cubed times n cubed is n to the 9th power. So write n cubed in two parentheses. Then look for the GCF of negative 49, which is 7 times negative 7. So write negative 7 in the first parenthesis, then positive 7 in the second parenthesis. Now the factor of n to the 9th power minus 49 is n cubed minus 7 times n cubed plus 7. So the last example for this is n to the 30th power minus 144. We know that the half of 30 is 15, and n to the 15th power times n to the 15th power is n to the 30th power. So write n to the 15th power in two parentheses. Then we know that the square root of 144 is 12, and Negative 12 times positive 12 is negative 144. So write negative 12 in the first parenthesis, then positive 12 in the second parenthesis. So the factor of n to the 30th power minus 144 is n to the 15th power minus 12 times n to the 15th power plus 12. So now that's all for factoring polynomials by common monomial and factoring polynomials in special cases, sum and difference. Thank you for watching.